Hello, beautiful sacred feminines. I am so glad that you're here and I love connecting with you. And what a powerful day to be connecting. Today is the full moon in Virgo, and Saturn is moving into Pisces after a few years, 2.5, 3 years in Aquarius, which is a masculine sign and an air sign. So a lot of mental activity, very future thinking, really about our own unique individual stylings and energies. And Saturn has been really helping us to get more in touch with our own unique energies and what we're going to take into the future with us. And it's been quite a ride. I don't know about you, but the last 2.5, 3 years have been like, wow. I think we've learned a lot about ourselves and really experienced the power of this change and transformation. So now today, Saturn moves into Pisces, and that's a huge shift in energy. Pisces is a feminine sign. It's a water sign, very different element than air. Right? There's a lot of flow. It's our emotions, it's our intuition, it's magic, it's dreams, it's our spirituality, our spiritual connection. It's like Christ consciousness, kind of that bigger, like way up here, it's the last sign of the zodiac. So it's after we've gone through all the lessons of the zodiacs, really connecting us with our spiritual selves. And it can also be a sign of escapism, because we want to escape from this 3D world. So there's, all signs have, both their strengths and their weaknesses, let's call it that. So that's one way that Pisces can show up, is real escapism and wanting to check out, because this world can be, challenging and painful, no doubt. But the higher vibe, the higher expression of the Pisces energy is really bringing that spirituality into this world, into our human experience, so that the greater the connection and the collective, bringing it down into this human realm. So with Saturn, who is very 3D, and masculine energy moving into that sign, he's like kind of the taskmaster. He creates a lot of structure. He's all the systems in play, like our societal systems. With that energy moving into Pisces, this feminine energy and this is spiritual energy, we're going to see a real shift in energy there. So I see it as really helping to bring some structure into our spirituality. And I don't mean like in a religious sense, like creating rules and structure and boundaries around it in that way, but more like bringing our spirituality into this 3D world. So, instead of like checking out and going out there for it, bringing it in here and bringing it into our human experience, so that's kind of how I'm working with this energy, and especially like bringing that sacred feminine more into the collective and into our own experience. What does that look like for you individually, you as your own self, and how are you going to work with this energy, and what is this bringing up for you? So I'm pretty excited about this. I think definitely bringing more of our spiritual ideals into our 3D world. It's much needed right now. We've had a lot of that air energy, and Pluto's going to move into Aquarius here shortly too. So we'll still have plenty of air. So, but it will be a little bit different, of course, because Pluto's a very different sign or different planet than Saturn. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about this shift. We've also got the full moon in Virgo happening, which is Virgo's that earth goddess energy, again, the sacred feminine, just really in this 3D world, in the earth element, how is it showing up for us in our physical experience? So, and it's really about the mind-body connection, Virgo. So how are we taking care of ourselves? How are we really rocking out this 3D experience? It's easy to want to check out, and especially as women, being in our bodies can be, it's been challenging, in the patriarchy. There's a lot that goes along with the feminine body, so a female body. So utilizing this full moon energy in Virgo might be a great time for you to look at, like, how are you connecting with your body? How are you feeling in your body? What can you be doing to be taking better care of it? I know a lot of us kind of want to check out of our bodies because maybe they've brought us pain in some way. There's trauma, a lot of sexual abuse and trauma. So maybe we're disconnected from our bodies in that sense. Maybe food is an issue for us. And that's there's a Pisces way to escape, through food, escaping our experience and our pain and our trauma. We can go to food to do that. So, let's look at that today. Let's take a look at how we might be utilizing food in an unhealthy way, eating too much or not enough, So this is a great way to check in with yourself. What kind of exercise routines have you got going on? How are you taking care of yourself in that way? So how are you really connecting to your body and to your sexuality into a healthy way? I think of Virgo when I think about the mind-body connection. There's our sexuality, right? Because we can be really in our heads and spin out mentally around our sexual expression and our experience due to this patriarchal religious society that we've grown up in. So we can really disconnect from our spirituality. And I feel like today, with this full moon in Virgo, great time to illuminate the light. The full moon light illuminates maybe where we are disconnected. So I really tapped into that for myself, looking at the sexuality piece, because I'm always working with that energy. Sacred feminine, it's a huge part of our energy. So we are sexual beings. So how is that showing up for you? How are you disconnected from your spirituality or your sexuality? Where's the disconnect? And how can you look at that and maybe work to embody that more? And that doesn't mean like you have to be having sex with everybody. That's not what I say by sexuality, but this sexual energy, this creative life force that and just feeling good in our bodies and open to however we show up sexually, whether that be we're interested in having it or we're not, if we have partners or don't, or that's not what I mean, but it's just being comfortable in however we're showing up. So if we are checking out, if we are not comfortable in our sexuality, let's look at that. Let's take some time today to look at that and see where we need to do some work on that, or maybe where we're rocking it out. I don't know. It's such a personal journey and personal experience. But again, with this Saturn moving into Pisces, into that sacred feminine, that's another time to look at the containers we're creating for ourselves, and how can we maybe bring that spiritual expression down into our bodies, into our sexuality. For me, our sexuality is totally a spiritual experience. If we go there with it, it's been really diluted and polluted, and sexuality has been anything but celebrated in a spiritual way in our society. But let's bring that back, for ourselves, and utilize it to connect with this beautiful, amazing physical experience that we're having. Our sexuality is gorgeous and amazing and powerful energy, and let's reclaim it. Let's bring it back down into our bodies. So that's another way. That's interesting that's coming up for me right now with the Saturn moving into Pisces. We can create some stronger containers around that energy, bringing that into our bodies, into this 3D experience. So I really like that. That was great. So, how is this showing up for you? This is an excellent time to set intentions. Saturn is going to be in Pisces for the next 2.5 to 3 years. So we're going to be working with this energy. And if you want to look back over the past 2.5, 3 years when Saturn was in Aquarius, how much have you changed? What were the lessons for you, and how just profound have we? It's been big, right? We've all gone through major changes. So now there's going to be a shift, and we're going to start working with some new energies and new lessons for ourselves. So how do you want to work with that? What intentions do you want to set around Saturn, the 3D, authoritarian kind of taskmaster, masculine energy, moving into this Pisces, watery, fluid, spiritual energy? What do you want to work with? How does that show up for you? And if you're familiar with your astrology chart and know what house Pisces is for you, where does that fall in your chart, you can get really a lot more intentional about this energy and setting intentions for the next few years. And you can look that up, astro.com. If you don't know your chart, you can go there. It's a great way, free resource, and lots of information on there. So highly encourage you to check that out if you don't already. Astrology is a super powerful tool to help us navigate the energies. I don't know where I would be without it. I mean, it's just amazing. So, working with your own personal energy, the collective energy, the cosmic energy, it's just all over the place. We can really get a good handle on how to navigate our own experience and with ourselves and within the world and with others, understanding them a lot better. So, I think that was it. I love to work with the astrology and these big transits and these big shifts. We've got the equinox coming up. We've got Pluto's going to be moving into Aquarius. We have some, and Pluto stays in a sign for, 20, 30 years. So real big shifts are happening right now, real big energy changes. So these are excellent times to check in with yourself, set some intentions, look back, reflect. What did you learn over these previous transits, and what do you want to focus on moving forward? What do you want to call into your life? What do you want to release? This is a powerful time for releasing. Like, let's start fresh and new. There's our new energies coming in. It's an excellent time to let go, start fresh, clean, release, release, release. We're stepping into this new earth consciousness, and it is a powerful time for releasing. So, do whatever you need to do to just clear that energy for yourself and set a powerful intention to release that which no longer serves you in your highest good. Let's not carry this shit forward. We're over it. Let's not carry that unhealthy sexuality forward. Let's not carry the disconnect from our bodies or the shaming and the shunning of our bodies forward. Let's not carry unhealthy disconnect from our spirituality, our spiritual selves. Let's leave all that behind and then move forward into this beautiful new energy that's being created right now. Light is pouring onto the planet right now, and we are so supported in our evolution. So thank you all for being here. Can you tell I'm excited about this energy? I am really feeling it today. I woke up just kind of like, ooh, the full moon. My moon is in Cancer, and I'm such a water sign, so I'm really affected by these water energies and all the lunar stuff. So I was like, ooh, I woke up just like, kind of heavy today, but stepping strong into it. Something shifted. Well, I know it shifted. I did a little ritual earlier to clear some energies, and wow, feeling it, really feeling it. So yeah, I'm excited and inspired, and I'm going to include in the little description below a couple of links to my favorite astrologers, and I highly encourage you to check them out because I love astrology. I love following astrology, but I am not a professional astrologer. So this is just kind of my take on what's moving through for me. But again, I can't recommend highly enough to get into astrology, learn a little bit about your chart, learn about what's going on in the collective to really support your navigating through these really challenging energies and times, that big evolution on the planet. So check out the links below, and I invite you to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and join my meetup group and get on my email list, because I have some exciting new moon circles, equinox circles coming out shortly. We're coming up on the new moon, will be happening soon, and the equinox, and I have a program launch in the works. Stay tuned for that. There's some really exciting stuff going on. So I look forward to connecting with you, and I wish you a beautiful Saturn in Pisces transit and all of your just big powerful dreams coming true. That's I need to point out that was a really big piece. Saturn is structure in the spirituality of Pisces. So if you're looking to get if you've been working on some spiritual business or putting out some offerings, this is a time when that can really come to light, because Saturn is going to create some structure around that, and give it form. So I know a lot of people have been working on offering and sharing what they've learned on their journey and putting it out there into the world. And it's been hard to get up and going, right? Because there's just been, there's been a lot going on. So we had to move through some things, but now is the time. Some structure might be coming in around those offerings for you, and you might start seeing some different things manifest for yourself. So put that in your intentions if that speaks to you. So okay, that was the final note. Great. I look forward to seeing you more, and thanks again for being here. Much love to you all.